So after yesterday, you're going to find this to be really easy. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to go through number one, and I'm going to kind of go through the steps at the same time to show you how this works, okay? The first step, you could probably guess, because the directions say use synthetic division in the given factor to completely factor each polynomial, is to synthetically divide given A. So what we're going to do also, and this will happen later, is twice if two factors, like for instance if you look at number 3, are given, we're going to do it twice, and I'll show you what that means. So let's go right into it. What is A? Here is -3. So I'm going to plug in -3 synthetically. Remember this from yesterday. We just write out the coefficients. We don't write any x's or x squareds or anything like that in there. What's the first step? In your head right now you should be saying drop it low. So we always drop that first one low. Then it is just multiply, add, sorry, not -1 there because I'm adding -4 plus -3. Multiply, add, multiply, add. Everything on today's assignment, sorry I'm bumping the table, everything on today's assignment should have a remainder of 0. If you don't get a remainder of 0, you did something wrong, okay? So there's my first step. What do you think I want to do with that? Well, what does this give me? Remember this was remainder number x squared. So the second step is rewrite the resulting polynomial, which is x squared, so this is kind of step 2, this was step 1, x squared minus 7x plus 12 is my resulting polynomial. What do you think I can do with that? Well, what am I trying to get here? I'm trying to completely factor this. I already know, okay, that one's going to work. What are my other two? Well, that means step 3, you guessed it, is to factor. Okay, and don't forget the factor given. Okay, this factor is given. Let's write that right in there right away. It's not the opposite, it's exactly what they told me to write. Right here, I'm going to get x and x. Terms that give me 12 are 1, 12, 2, 6, and 3, 4. 3, 4 is what's going to give me the 7, as long as I have negative, negative, which would give me a positive 12 in the end. Okay, so there's my other two factors. And step 4, well, if I had to find the zeros, then find zeros by setting factors equal to 0. So again, I set this equal to 0, I'd minus it to get -3. You're pretty good at this by now. I'd set this equals 0, I'd add it to get positive 3. I set this equals 0, I'd add it to get positive 4. And that's it. It's that easy. Okay? You try number 2. Okay? I'd like to see if you can do it on your own. Press pause. If you don't remember how to even do these problems from yesterday, you can kind of see what I did and then pause it. So I'm going to pause it now if you can. Again, I'm telling you, these are going to work. I just set it up. Again, now pause it and try it on your own if you didn't already. Come back and check. First step, of course, is again, drop it low, multiply, add, multiply, add, multiply, add. Again, I should get a 0 here. My next step is to rewrite out that polynomial now. And then I need to factor it, so I know I'm going to get 3x and x because it's a prime number. This is either 1 and 8 or 2 and 4. I'm going to do some guessing and checking here. And to save some time here, I'm just going to tell you what it is. I know it's 4 and 2 because this will give me 6x. That'll give me 4x. I need, well, I'm going to put a minus in both. What I need here is a -6 and a positive 4. So -4, nope, that's going to be a positive. That's going to be a negative, and that works. So my factors. Don't forget the original one given. That should be something that you can write in right away. 3x plus 4 and x minus 2. This one again, I set that equal to 0. I just add to get 7. This one I set that equal, I add to get 2. This, the answer is not -4. Set 3x plus 4 equal to 0. What would I do first? Well, that's where you're getting the -4. But I also need to divide there. I get -4 thirds as my solution, and that's good enough. I don't have to rewrite that. Okay. Go to my next one. Move it up here a little bit, make sure it's on the screen. Now, I'm going to, again, factor in 1. 1, negative 2, negative 15, negative 4, 20. And I should still get 0 as my remainder here. Bring that down, multiply, add, multiply, add, multiply, add, multiply, add. Again, I got a 0 there. Now, what do I get from that? What I get is, well, I took an x out of x to the 4th, so I get x cubed minus x squared minus 16x minus 20. And there's no remainder here. Can I factor that? Well, I could use grouping, but then that's still not going to really work, so this is getting really messed up. So what do I want to do? Well, I want to go back and plug in negative 2, but if I go back and plug it into the beginning here, I'm going to get another x cubed function that I can't factor. So when you have it twice, and I put up at the top twice if there are 2 factors given, all I'm going to do is take what I got and plug in the next term, which the next a is negative 2. So I'm going to plug in negative 2, drop it low, multiply, add, multiply, add, multiply, add, and again I get 0 as my remainder. Write out what I have left. Well, look, I took out that, so I got remainder, right here it would have been remainder number x, x squared, x cubed, the remainder number x, x squared. Okay, minus 3x minus 10, that is something I can factor. X and x, minus 5 plus 2, and now I have all my factors. I have the ones given, x minus 1 and x plus 2, and the ones that I just found. Find my zeros by setting them equal to 0 and doing the opposite. There is my solutions. Okay. What I want you to do is try the one on the next page. It's another x to the 4th, just like what I did at number 3, and then come back and check with mine. When I'm doing these guys, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to write my factors in here that I'm given, and maybe even the zeros. I mean, I'm automatically getting a couple of points from doing that. Okay. Now, let's put again negative 2 in. Does it matter if I do negative 2 or 3 first? It does not. Okay. Drop it low, multiply, add, multiply, add, multiply, add, multiply, add. Do it again. Drop it low, multiply, add, multiply, add, multiply, add. Write the resulting polynomial. Again, because I divided it once to get me to x cubed, I divided it again to get me to x squared. Factor it, and yes, these are pretty easy factors. 5 and 1, I need a positive 5 and negative 1. There they are. It's as easy as that. Okay. Let's get to some review questions here because we know we could use some help on these, particularly these x cubed ones. This I hope you recognize as difference of squares. Done. This I hope you can see the x factors out, and then that leaves me with difference of squares. Okay. Over here is the AB thing. I'm going to rewrite it up here. A, B, A squared, AB, B squared. And then it also depends. If it's plus, then it's same, opposite, plus. If it's minus, it's same, opposite, plus. So what is A is the cube root of this is 2x. The cube root of that is 1. This squared is 4x squared. 2x times 1 is 2x, and 1 squared is 1. And then again, it's same as given, opposite, plus. That's it. The cube root of this is 3x. The cube root of this is 2. That squared is 9x squared because it's 3x times 3x. Multiply the 2 together and square the 2. Then it's same, opposite, plus. Okay? Simple as that. Down below it says write a polynomial function in standard form of the given zeros. So again, these are kind of my a's. So this gives me x plus 3, x minus 2, and x minus 4. And we just need to FOIL. So let's FOIL the first two together here. X squared minus 2x plus 3x minus 6. And I could start distributing now, but I think I want to just combine my like terms to make this easier first. X squared, just gotta make sure you guys can see what I'm doing here. Alright. Plus x minus 6, x minus 4. Distribute the x into every term, gives me x cubed plus x squared minus 6x. Distribute the negative 4 into every term, gives me negative 4x squared, negative 4x, and plus 24, and then just combine my like terms. I've got an x cubed, negative 3x squared, negative 10x, plus 24. That gives me my answer for that. Okay? This one gives me x plus 3, x minus 3, because plus or minus 3. Same with plus or minus 2. So x plus 2, x minus 2, and I would start foiling here and here. There's a reason. When you have opposites here, I get x squared, I get a plus 3x and a minus 3x that are going to cancel each other out. Minus 9. Now, I could take this and foil it through here and then foil that through there, and it gets kind of messy. But if I have opposites, again, plus 2x and minus 2x are going to cancel each other out. X squared minus 4 there. If I were to ask you to factor this, that's difference of squared, x plus 2x minus 2. If I were to ask you to factor this, x plus 3, x minus 3, just the way you can check it. Now you foil it through, so I get x to the 4th minus 4x squared minus 9x squared plus 36, and my final answer is there. Now, here's the other part. It says name each polynomial by degree and number of terms. You might have to go back and look at your 5.1b notes for that, but what it boils down to is by the degree, so this is a cubic, and then remember there's monomial, binomial, trinomial, and anything that has more than that is a polynomial of 4 terms. That's what that is. This is, to the 4th degree, if you don't remember, is quartic, and there's 3 terms, so trinomial. And yes, I am asking you to do that in the homework as well. Which is the next 2 pages. You'll have some that are very simply like the other ones we've done, and then you have some review problems here on the back that are very similar to the notes. Please use your notes on this. It'll make it a lot easier. Have a good day.